Hey guys, here's Louis. And next, what's going on with the 68 Firebird that I named Lovebird? Stay tuned. Well, hi guys, I'm Louis, and this video I feel that is very special and really important. The reason I'm saying that it's special is because I'm trying to put together a 68 Firebird, which I am confident on myself that I have the capabilities and the skills and the knowledge. Even though it's my first convertible, I feel I have all that to put the car back together and make it a nice, straight, drivable car. And it's for my wife. And I really am looking forward to presenting her the car once it's done, and to see how excited she'll be. And it actually will be her first gen Firebird for her. But as I was getting into the convertible, like I said before, it's my first rodeo when it comes to a convertible. Now, understanding the metal, understanding the structure of the cars, how to manipulate a lot of things to get the job done. Like I said, building these cars have given me a lot of those things that I would need to do a convertible now. Totally different monster here, from a coupe to a convertible. And the convertible's behind these welding blankets because I am protecting my white car here. I just finished building this car. I want nothing to happen to it. So while I'm cutting or grinding, and let's say it's raining outside, I put up these welding blankets. Like that, I get the job done. But if it's nice outside, I will take the car. I'd rather take the car right outside. But with that being said, different structural important parts that a convertible needs to have and needs to be done the right way than a coupe. Because of course the convertible don't have no roof, and a coupe does. So a lot of strength is there, okay? Keeping the car nice and steady all comes with that structure of the roof. Convertibles, of course, is a convertible, don't have it. So as I was internet searching on YouTube, on Google, and so many other things, I could not find nothing. I could not find no important measurements, points, to have a ballpark figure of measurements when it came to a convertible. And I want you guys to understand something, that 67 to 69, all the measurements that I'm about to show you does work. And believe it or not, Firebird and Camaro, they're the same. I will not get into the rear from the quarter panels to the back, because that's where some things changes with the years, or with Camaro Firebird, okay? But the ones that I'm showing you, the ones that I wanted to learn, and I wanted to do the research. I did do research, and there was nothing out there, are the most important ones that you guys, all girls that are building a convertible first gen F-body, needs to know and needs to have to be able to get the job done. And I'm going to share it with you guys on this video, and from there I'll show you guys what's next on the Lovebird. All right, guys, so here we have the Lovebird, and she's pretty rough, but just remember that this car was also in really rough condition, and she is beautiful now. For a lot of hard work and dedication, you guys could do the same. So what I did here to divide the garage, these are 6x8 and also 8x8 welding blankets that I bought on Harbor's Freight. And funny enough, since I'm always trying to share you guys how to save money because the hobby is really expensive, I found those same measurements on Amazon, even cheaper than Harbor's Freight. So my next welding blanket is going to come from Amazon. All right, now, so this is the 68 Firebird convertible car. I presented to my wife on Mother's Day of 2023. And of course, this is 2024. So when I received this car, it was more of a basket case than what you guys see right now, believe it or not. And the reason I'm saying this, because the measurements I'm going to share with you guys was all out of whack on this car. I will share with you guys how I did it, okay? I did not film when I was doing it, and I apologize, okay? I want you guys to know something. For you guys that don't do YouTube, for the guys that do YouTube, they totally understand. When you are trying to film and make these videos out to help the audience, all right, to help the community of guys and girls that are putting these cars together, it takes a lot of time, okay? And I'm going to try my best to film a lot of things, all right? I will. But sometimes when I have the free time that my kids are in school, or I'm not that busy with them or around the house, and I have the opportunity to come to the garage, sometimes Louis forgets to turn on the camera and I just get busy. So I apologize about that, but I'm going to show you guys how I did it. All right. So I reached out to two guys out there, okay? One is Mike from Lake and Lodge Garage. Please, if you guys do not know his channel, go visit his channel, subscribe, and tell him that First Generation sent you. I appreciate Mike because he took his time. Him and his wife took the time to go to the garage and give me these measurements, okay? But in the first video, it was really cloudy. I believe he did clean it up, and it's more clear now because I watched it a second time and it looked more clear. I have his email. I don't have his personal number, so it's a little tough for me to email back and forth because I had a whole bunch of questions when I got into this car. But all you guys that follow me and Jonathan at Vinyl Village Garage, okay, I call him the Firebird Doctor. And Jonathan has a great channel. He have done convertibles. He have done coupes. He has done every first year Firebird except the 67. Okay, which maybe my 67 Firebird will be his first one he does. I'm playing. Maybe, who knows. But anyway, go subscribe to his channel. For those that never heard about Jonathan at Vinyl Village Garage and want to learn a lot of this stuff I am showing you, and he shows you different things also, go visit him at Vinyl Village Garage. So the guys that do follow both of us, I'm trying to get to is that you guys do know that me and Jonathan's are really close friends. If anything, all right, he's my best friend, and I hope I'm his best friend. But I really admire that guy, and he's like my Firebird brother. I really look at him and respect him as a brother figure, okay, not as really a friend. And we talk to each other on the phone If not every other day, every 3 days. But we talk to each other a lot on the phone. And if we're not messaging each other, we'll talk to each other. Sometimes even straight out of our normal jobs, we will boom, reach and see how we're doing. And of course, it's going to be a car firebird conversation. But due to the fact I have his personal contact, I'm able to call him. I'm able to ask him questions. And he's able to do the same on his part to me. So I asked Jonathan, and he was really nice. He's a really nice person. And he also went out to the garage and he gave me these measurements with pictures. Okay, and I'm going to share that with you guys. I emailed Mike from Lake and Lodge some photos, and I texted Jonathan some photos, and I made copies out of those photos for you guys to see out there and also learn like I am learning a convertible. And these are your main points of getting a convertible with the right measurement straightened out. With, to me, is number one. Okay, you don't want to start with a crooked car. I know you guys see that bar there bracing that corner of the windshield, and I'll get that, and while the video is going, I'll get to that later. But I first want to go and point out what I did to get the car straightened out. So I noticed that here, this is the driver's side. So on this corner of the windshield, when I first received the car, it was like drooping down. So she was hanging down more, pulling to the floor, pointing to the floor. Okay. And I know I needed to go up more, but I have no measurements. Okay. I did not have no measurements at all. And somebody installed, I don't know if you guys can see it better here. Somebody installed correct convertible complete inner and outer rockers on this car, which go search it on the internet. They're not cheap. They cost a lot of money. All right. They are heavier gauge metal. They have more bracing in the inside than a coupe. Why? Because since there's no roof on a convertible, all right, a lot of your strength from the car not getting twisted or anything is right there. So it's crucial to have solid inner and outer rockers on a convertible. Is it crucial on a coupe? Of course, but really crucial on a convertible. Because when those go, the convertibles just happens to fold. They are straight and it happens just to bend in and fold. I've seen it. And Jonathan demonstrated it with a convertible before. Okay. So I thought to myself, somebody took the time to put in and purchase brand new inner and outer rockers for convertible. Okay. They also purchased some sheet metal. Not a whole lot, but some sheet metal for the car. And I received it like that. It was hand down to me. Okay. And why the car did not get done? I mean, that's the first bell that went off my head. Why did the convertible didn't get done? Now, when I picked it up, and a buddy of mine actually bought this car from a gentleman. Okay, and my buddy doesn't have the knowledge when it comes to getting these cars together, putting them together. He never done this kind of work, and it looks like he's not even interested in learning this kind of work. But I understand it's not for everybody, and I respect that. And I actually did a job for him, and he got kind of stuck with this car. I did not want him to lose out really on no money. So I kind of got paid for that job with this car, another car, and some parts. And I really didn't have to do that, but what are friends for? You know, and I believe that you watch each other's back, and at the end, if both of you are happy, why not? So I was asking myself, why did this car did not get done? And my buddy told me, well, maybe the guy ran out of money, or maybe he was too overwhelmed with all the work the car needs. And it makes sense. I was like, yeah, maybe. But I believe I truly believe I found the reason why the car stopped where it stopped, and it was moved down the line to somebody else. Everybody always says, pick a better car. Go buy another better car. This and that and the other. Guys, we are dealing in this hobby, we are dealing with cars that are 50 plus years. Finding a better car is like finding a needle in a haystack. You don't know. You don't know what you're going to get yourself into. Okay? This right here, I love it because I see everything. There ain't nothing hiding here. I could see everything. Okay? If the car is prime, if the car is painted nice and shiny, I don't see crap because she's hiding things underneath. Unless I build it, I don't know what's hiding under there. Okay? So as you go on in your hobby and your project, and as you cut away, like I always say, the more you cut at a hole that was this big, it turns out to be this big. Okay? And the more things you grind and blah, 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 you guys know the drill. You're going to find issues. You're going to hit a wall. It's just that you have to have a game plan how to get off that wall or break the wall down and get it done. So I saw the problem here and I started investigating. And I saw that the rocker was put in all the way. Okay? They even went through the effort of installing it completely. Okay? And never welded nothing, left the car floating in air. Okay? So this corner here that I found that was drooping, it was, man, she was like so flimsy. It was incredible. So I got some measurements and I started playing. All right. And the way I did this side was, this car just has a transmission tunnel and drive shaft tunnel. But over here, as you can see, that's the subframe, so you don't have no floor, okay? And by the way, even though you don't see them there, because they pretty much tuck behind the frame into the frame rails here, and by the subframe up here, I do have the car on jack stands, but it's off the floor by just a little, not too much. As I'm ready and bracing the car, I will remove that, put it higher up, okay? And keep her on jack stands, just like I did to the white car that's behind that blanket. And that's the way I build them. I don't have money to invest on a car frame or nothing like that, or body table, whatever you want to call it. I do it right on jack stands, and they have come out beautiful, and I keep doing them that way. That's it. That's the way I do it. And like I said, if it's not broken, why fix it? So this is the way I got this corner fixed. I put a jack. I slide a jack under the car. Okay. And the plate of the jack came out about here. And I took a metal pole, a strong metal pole, and I placed it right here on the windshield. Okay. And I started pumping the jack, and this corner kept rising. Why? Because the rocker was not welded. Nowhere. Not even where the kick panels are at. Nowhere. So this was really flopping. I know something was wrong there. So I got the measurements, all right, that was shared to me by Jonathan. And I just started pumping. She started going up. When I was happy with the measurement, I clamped her down and I stopped right here. Then I went to the passenger side to see what's up and what's going on. Also, the quarter panel was floating. The quarter panel's not floating no more. I don't know if you guys could see, but right there I have some screws. And right here I have some screws right there. And I screw her down knowing that that's the position, that's exactly the spot she needs to be on. Okay? So, picture one, these are my pictures. And these are the pictures I'm going to be showing you guys. I don't have nobody here to help me film. Alright, it's only myself. So I'm sorry, I cannot technically hold the camera, hold the tape measure, and go back and forth and make sure that everything you guys could see clearly. It's only me, sorry, but I'm going to try to explain myself the best I can for you guys to understand. So I know it starts with picture 2, so I named the pictures, okay? But actually picture 1 that I sent Jonathan and Mike is from the corner of the rear seat right here, okay, with a tape measure going all the way to right here. That's why I marked it with a marker, for you guys can know where to stop your tape measure. And Jonathan got in picture 1 56.5 inches. Okay, these was my measurements in the beginning. All right, was just a little off. All right, which these measurements is not that crazy off. It's okay. But as I tweaked this corner more with the jack and nothing welded, nothing screwed on yet, I was able to get it at 58. Where is it again? Sorry, 56.5. Okay, also the other side, same thing. It's 56.5. Okay. Now, second picture. Okay. Second picture is from here all the way to that seat bolt mounting for the rear seat. That seat bolt mount. Right there. That hole you see there. It's a bolt that goes through there to hold the seat belt down. Okay. So on picture 2, Jonathan came up with 58, okay, and 1/8. So 56 1/8, okay. 58 1/8. And believe me, she's 58 1/8 there, okay. In the beginning, this is what I had. All right. Playing with the corner of the windshield, driver's side. Boom. And I was happy I was able to get it spot on. In the beginning, I didn't. Picture number 3. That's a convertible picture I got offline. And I came up with this idea of having a video with measurements. There you go. So it's a crisscross. It's from the mounting bolt on the back there right here. Okay. Let this focus. Okay. That hole you see right there on the seat belt. So from there to the driver's side is a crisscross. So you're going to go like this. All right. And from that side, passenger side, to the driver rear is a crisscross. So like this and like this. And that's for picture number 3 over there. And these are the measurements that was given to me. Okay. 71 1/4. This is what I got in the beginning, which is not that bad. But playing around with the measurements, playing around with the movements of the windshield, because it was floating, nothing was welded down. I was able to get those measurements spot on. Picture number 4 is getting your tape measurement. Where's your tape? Getting the measurement from the tape. And you have to go right here. Okay, you have to go inside, straight down until you hit the wire gutter. I have it marked there with a margin marker. Now the tape measure is straight up and down through here. And Jonathan got 36. And that is for picture number 4. There you go, 36. Okay, look what I got. 36 and an eighth, 36 and a quarter. That was fine in my book too. But the more I tweaked and messed around with the metal that was floating around here at the windshield frame, going down to the kick panel, so she was able to move because she wasn't welded, I was able now to get 36 spot on. And picture number 5 is, let's go to the passenger side and I will show you. Check that out, AMD. I'll talk about that later. And picture number 5 explains a measurement from where the door jamb inner is, right here, where the striker is, where your tape measure, all the way to the bottom of this door jamb switch. Okay, that's what you guys have to measure from here to here. Okay, and that is picture number 5. And the measurements for picture number 5 was right there. Okay, 44, 3 1/4. That's where I was at. Again, playing around with the loose metal. I'm spot on now. I will be putting these pictures with the measurements at the end of the video. All right, so stay tuned if you need that. Watch to the end of the video, is going to be there. So, since it was so important to get these measurements for the convertible here, it took me a while to figure it out, play with the car and the loose metal until I got it straight. All right, and once I got it straight is when I started doing this, what you see here. All right, and I had to brace the car. These quarter panels was floating. There was not even a single weld holding these quarter panels down. Okay, and over there, I screwed them down with the sheet metal on self-tappers. So, came to the garage and I got my square stock and got to town. All right, so she's welded nice and solid there, believe me. From the rocker, the inner rocker, to right here, to this bracket that holds the convertible top, which is very solid, very strong bracket. And I came up with the idea, so now when I fully put her on the jack stands to the level I want, I'm not afraid that she's going to come apart on me, because she's welded now to the rockers. Then I came with the idea of same square stock, and this is thick stuff. I forgot how thick it is, but she's thick. You could probably see it there. She's thick. I paid almost $200, like $100 and something for like 28 feet of this, and this is exactly what I used on my first on my white car that I did. So I came with the idea of putting her across there, and she's solid, and welding it to the post here, the windshield post. And look, the whole car shakes. I mean, this is not going to break off or nothing. She is solid. And the reason I did that is, I'm going to get to it soon. So this measurement the 36, when you go down here with your measuring tape straight down, see I have it marked there, she was out of whack also. Okay, and this was welded. Okay, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it was welded pretty good. It was welded pretty solid here. But I had to bust those welds. I had to bust through the welds because the measurement here was ridiculous. Okay. And this corner, that corner was drooping this way, the driver's side, and the passenger side was too far up. So it's too high. So if anything, the windshield was like this. If you get what I'm saying, she was tilt. Okay. One side down and the next corner up. So what I did was I grabbed ratchet straps, put it around here. I put it to one of the holes of the subframe, started ratcheting, and as she's ratcheting down, pulling down, this was pulling down. And I was over here with my measuring tape, and when I saw 36, I stopped. I stopped the ratchet of the ratchet straps. Okay. I got my cell tappers out. Okay, and I started screwing them in. I screw one in. I had vice grips in it first. As I screw one in and I removed a vice grip, I came back here to my measuring tape, made sure that 36 was not getting off measurement and will stay 36. Then, as you see here, I got 1, 2, 3 holding it. Now, she was 36 at all the time. I was happy. Then I had this door in. And from the beginning of the project, I was seeing something that the previous owner or the previous guy or girl that was restoring this car did to the hinges. All right. And this what it was. They torched out the hinges. Okay. So this also rang a bell in my head. So I did not use those hinges. I used a hinge here that my buddy Jonathan sent me. Okay. And I bolted onto the door, and I came to put my door on, and I was having issues. Boys, were I having issues. I was driving myself crazy. I had to stop, think about it. I even messaged my buddy Jonathan. I'm going nuts with this. The door is out of whack completely. I mean, she's slamming into the quarter panel. It's a lot before it can measure. Your door corner, front corner, supposed to measure with the rocker. I measured the rocker measurements where it's supposed to be. The rocker is okay. The door is not. Boy, I was going crazy. Okay. I tried to push her forward. Okay. And I know the how to align these doors. I mean, done it more than once. And back and forth, she will not move. She won't budge for me. So that's when I took closer look at what these guys did to this hinge. And I said, well, they must have done this to the hinge for she could have that movement. But look at that. That's ridiculous. And I finally, like I said, it's like playing forensics here. You start to learn what's going on with the car. Then I learned that the A pillar post here with the door jamb, maybe the car got whacked in its life. And somebody started pulling it out, pulling it this way, pulling it that way. And now she's really crooked. So here is why I had to brace the car like this. Because this is going to be removed. I'm going to remove this because there ain't no fixing this, okay? Even if I try to pull it out and make it straight, she's never going to be straight 100%. And I thought about it. I said, I'm not going to waste my time. I have a donor car outside. Happens to be a convertible too. And it's that 69 convertible. And my God, I am blessed to have such a good friend that Jonathan left me that car, and he told me, buddy, this car is gonna be here to save a lot of Firebirds. So far, it already helped me save my white car, because I did take parts off of that car to finish my white car. Jonathan took parts to save another car he has. He shared them on his channel. Is the 400 car. I took some parts off of there. I'm about to send it to him, also to save another Firebird he's about to build. All right, and it also going to help me save my wife 68 Firebird here, because I'm gonna cut that post and cut this post and weld in the original post from the other car here. And the reason I could do it to this 68 is because the hinges for a 68 Firebird, door hinges for a 68 Firebird, is the same as 69. Now, if this happens to be a 67, I might not have been that lucky, because the door hinges are different. It's 1 year only for 67. But I did look at it, and it's exactly the same contours here, same everything. Okay, I took the door hinges out and all that. All right, of course, it's just the body line that doesn't match. The body line matches the 67 and 68. That body line will not match a 69, but this do. It's my first time I'm gonna be messing around with this A-pillar so drastically like this, but it's okay. I mean, the more you do to these cars, the better you're gonna get to the car, to building the cars. So I want you guys to understand that here you have 3 layers. You have your dashboard. Okay, you have your dashboard. You have the A-pillar. The A-pillar metal coming down, and then you got your outer skin of your A-pillar, which is this. Okay, so there's 3 layers right here. I am not gonna cut all these 3 layers around, down, and off the car. No way. It just doesn't make sense to me. All right, I'm gonna bust these spot welds here going down. Okay, and I'm thinking about just going across. Okay, cutting it, then blow the spot welds of just this outer skin here, which holds this plate. This is the adjustment plate. The adjustment plate. She floats around here to get your door aligned. And I'm happy because this bolt, the genius that had this car before, he messed up this mounting bolt here, and he chewed out the threads. He made it bigger. I do not like to put different bolt sizes on the car. If this is supposed to have all the same, that's the way I want it back. So I do have the new lower right here. I have it for both sides. Okay, which it does need both sides. I have it right here. All right, on the one I'm gonna take out from the convertible outside, she's chewed up in the bottom. I don't care, because I have the repair panel right here. But for what I really need it for, because over here she's smashed in. I know it's hard to see it in camera, but she is pushed in here. All of from here down to like about here, she is nice and solid. No rust, no damage to the A-pillar on the 69 outside, which is going to be the donor for this car here. Now, when you guys are going to put your hinges on, you see, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just trying to share the information with you guys. This is pretty like just flat up and down into the car, because she got hit here, I guess. All right, she's supposed to have an angle like that That's how she's supposed to look. Okay. Now, let's check it out on the next side. I don't know if you guys could see the difference. But you see how she's pushed to an angle like this? That's the way it's supposed to be. Not like the passenger side is just up and down flat. So that's why they had to torch out the mounting holes straight up to have plenty of adjustment, because she was out of whack. Okay. And I didn't like it. Check out this one. And I just threw the door there. I haven't played with too much adjustments at all. This corner is supposed to be with the rocker corner. I know it's dark and I'm sorry, but she's just barely off. She's almost right there. If I just loosen this up and push the door back some, she's going to line up right with the rocker. Okay. Check out the gap. I shared this gap with Jonathan at the beginning, and he told me that's a ridiculous gap. And I was able to fix it. Now look at it. It's not that bad at all. I just need a little bit more close, and she's going to look better here, and also at the front lower section where she's supposed to be lined up with the corner of the outer rocker. So guys, I wanted to share that information, share those measurements, share the pictures, okay, with the measurements. I have a whole bunch of sheet metal here. So I have a lot of AMD stuff. I like AMD. I like a lot of different type of brands out there, but I have found that the AMD is the better way to go. All right, and I say that with a little grain of salt. It's the better way to go. All right. When I could get it, I could get it. When I can't, I have to get what they have. It's so sad. That's the way we are living this world now. But it's true. I mean, when they have it, you have to grab it, because you don't know when they're gonna have it again. So I have for the car, that's another box with brand new sheet metal. I have back there in the garage new sheet metal. In the box over there, new sheet metal. So I have inner and outer wheel wells, okay. I have the lower A-pillar patch panels that I showed you. I have some convertible bracing that is brand new that the floor is going to need. I have ordered, I don't have it in the garage yet. The guy left me a message the beginning of the week. I think I need to wait a week and a half more, and then I'll get it, which is perfect, because by that time I might have the issue straightened out with that door A-pillar there. But I ordered the complete floor, the complete trunk floor with the rockers, and check it out, stay tuned, because the rear frame rails, the rear frame rails, they supposed to be US made, 100% United States made, US. So we'll see how good they are. It's always good when you could buy something US made. You don't see that hardly no more. But I mean, I'm dying to see them. Jonathan is dying to see them, and he want to know how they work out for me. So I ordered all that stuff, the trunk drop off. Those are the only parts that Louis is waiting for to come here. Basically everything else is here. Okay, so I'm waiting for the main floor, the trunk drop off, and the rear frame rails. All right, but I have everything here in the garage that could get me started now to start working on the bird. And believe me, I'm a type of guy, for those who know me, Jonathan also knows, that once I have the resources in my hand, I ain't playing. I'm not looking back for nobody. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's a pretty long one, but I just feel that it's really important to know these things, because if it happened to be that I was a newbie to this hobby and this was the first car I was putting together, I'll probably be really afraid of what I got myself into. But due to the fact that this is, let me see, this is the fourth car I do for myself. I know I said this is for my wife, but you know what I mean. This is for myself. I'm putting the labor in for myself. It's my fourth car, but I have done more. I have worked on other people's cars and stuff like that. So I'm not scared. There's plenty of experience I have underneath my belt. I have great guys out there that I am friends with, and I'm really happy to call buddies that also are into these cars. So stay tuned, guys. A lot of interesting things are gonna be happening here at First Generation Garage. Stay tuned, stay safe. Bye bye now.